World of YouTube Terrible Sight here. Going over a little documentary I started watching on Amazon Prime. Now I'll try to remember to put every detail I can about this in the description box. And welcome to the ghost that does matter in my videos. Also, the ghost does matter because if you don't believe, you come to this channel, you're going to believe. Welcome to the advocate for the dead here live now. And this guy right here, I forget his name. I forgot his name. So I'll try and put it in the description box. If you don't see it at first, come back, check it out. But something very interesting that I believe that needs to be talked about. And not only that, if this don't come to the biggest freaking, oh man. I'm sorry, but you can believe it or not. But I had a dream at one time with me and my father in it long before he passed. And it was, I believe, I had that dream before I even went to the Pierce Mansion in Gardner. Of course, and the dream is documented. I even have a picture of it. And in the dream, I walked down a flight of stairs into a basement. And I watched, and I was with my father for some reason, dreaming about him, and he was talking about getting his ladder. I don't know, something to do with a ladder. I think it was that he wanted to get this ladder out or something. Then he went and walked off on me. Went into this room, and I heard some voice down there say, "I want him out." So I was like, damn, who the hell's down there? So I run down there to go turn into the room, and the door slammed right in my face. And as that happened, I woke up because of the impact, mind you, of the door. One of the most craziest things, and I even said it to the person that runs the mansion, because there was a person there when I did go there, mind you. No, and believe me, no, she did not have nothing to do with the knocks in my videos and the stuff and encounters that I had. Sorry. But I told her about my dream, and that basement was identical to the one in my dream. Because if I walked down them stairs, there was a door there, and then there was a room off to the side of the left of me, but I never went in that room because I turned to go to the door. It was like, boom! It was like, wow! So, with this, I mean, this guy having, very high doubts. And to have that happen and to come out into a dream, and then this guy comes up, and he's a true non-believer. So, in the beginning, he's doing a documentary, right? He's going around to people that have real ghost experience. I'm about to wonder if I can hit him up. Maybe. Because I'll tell you, this guy literally goes to another guy's house, don't even know him. Someone contacts him. And not only does this guy make zombie movies now, mind you, making fake zombie movies, all right? He likes to, he even says it in this video, because after this first story I talk about, and the guy didn't want to come back on the documentary for some apparent reason. He said he got a new job and he didn't want to lose it, which is very bizarre to me. I'm about something happened to him, revealing his story, and he got spooked. Who knows what it was, but that was the excuse that he gave him, that he don't want to come back on because, And this guy don't come out with the thought and the sense that something right could have happened to him through this story. Whatnot, because in the video of the guy, his name is John. Like I said, I will remember if you want to come back later on to hopefully get the link to this. Well, not the link, but I'll put the name of the video, and if anybody has Amazon Prime, or maybe could look it up on YouTube with his name and what the documentary is, you'll see it on my description box. But for whatever reason, and the guy, this guy's all like, whoa, what the hell's going on? He called him, 10 times or something throughout his first part of the documentary, mind you, because he didn't have a lot of people with ghost stories. And that's the thing. If I can contact him and, let alone get his attention on my stuff, I don't know. I haven't watched the full, documentary yet. I'm only halfway through it because I stopped. Because in this video that I'm going to show you next is going to make you believe. In the story of the first guy, John, I'm going to let you, I didn't take that video like I did the other one, which I should go over it, and I was supposed to go over it, and I don't think I did. But it's a surveillance of a guy that I think he works security in the in a hotel. And it was late at night or something, 9 something, maybe 10 at night, and there was some yelling, commotion going on in the room. He went up to investigate. Mind you, this guy here has a friend that knew him. And it's pretty weird how that even happened, because on Facebook, this guy you're looking at right now had another friend, and that friend had him as a friend. And, and obviously this guy here that I got on the screen is, right, the true non-believer. You're not going to get me to believe. He told this guy right here, and this is an interview he's doing with the John guy on the phone. He said, I think it was a hoax. I think you guys all set it up. And mind you, this guy John now has nothing to do with computers. He's not a computer whiz. He's not anything that could sit there and edit stupid videos. But yet this guy's going to accuse him of it being fake. And just like this guy, even at the house that he went to, and this is even more crazy because he just met this other guy that contacted him, and the guy lets him stay in his friggin' house. It's like, wow, where can I get these people? And wait till you hear the story of the house that he goes into. But so the guy at the motel goes upstairs with a big, huge police light flashlight, one of them long flashlights. And I think he was talking to someone through the radio. Oh, I might want to call the cops, he's saying. Or someone was saying to him, maybe call the cops. The video I know is viral. I don't know how you would press it up. Man that goes to hotel room, if you want to look it up, I'll try and get it up and get the name of it and everything. But if you look it up, the man who tries to get in the hotel room and no one's there. And he's listening to this commotion, mind you, outside the door. He opens up the door and he says, I'm going in. And maybe could have been an apartment complex. So it looked like he had a key, so maybe that's what it was. But whatever the case was, you can say, check my description later on. I'm going to have it up. He walks in the room with a flashlight. He's looking all around. And yeah, the other guy on the other side of the radio is like, John, you there? He ain't speaking. You want to know why the guy, John, ain't speaking? Because there's no one in there. And he just heard commotion before he walked through that effing door. And as soon as he opened up that door and walked in there, you see him going to a room to the right. He comes out with his light. You see it flashing up in the corner, and as he's doing all this, a frickin' ghostly shadow comes walking out and walks down the hall. He released whatever was in that room. This guy's calling it fake. Oh, Jesus Christ. You out of your mind? I think it was all special effects. But it came straight off a surveillance camera. How the hell, you cannot special effects that shit. And yeah, unless you're a wizard and you can get it up on video with a computer, but this guy couldn't do that. No effing way. And that shadow you see that comes out of the room, almost identical to the shadow I caught up on the Mount Wachusett haunted house. Check it out. And I will put up that video though. I don't want to go over it also because I want to give my insight on it. But this bonehead, so he has his wife in here doing a documentary with him and everything. But yet, he hangs up and tries to get the guy to, I don't know if he was trying to get to the building maybe, but he said he had a new job and he didn't want to lose it. So I don't know. It was just weird how it all came out. And it sounded weird to me. But, then this guy that owns this house gets in contact with him. Now it's 2 years later. He shuts his documentary off because one of his main leads of ghosts, of course, he ain't got no many people looked up now, does he? Now, I don't know if he's going to start doing this for a freaking living or not, but I might want to try and contact him. I might just certainly will. You see that lamp in the back? So, the lamp in the video he's showing, and he's all about getting all, stupid, and how non-believers are. The light turns on, it shuts off, so what? That ain't ghost. But he said, what you gonna see now is what made him, duh. So he zoomed the camera in somehow on the video. Now, I got the video, but I'm going to show you anyways off this. So the light goes on, light shuts off 7 seconds later. He's showing everything, he's busting the chops, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, from the lamp to the doorway, as you can see the threshold, all the way through the doorway, watch this. Threshold to the left. You see that? Nice shadow figure just strolling on by. So this video is what caught this guy's eye. This video is what made him 2 years later turn his camera back on. Because someone sent him this. And you can sit there and watch it. Now, mind you, this is the gentleman here with the footage. This is the gentleman's house. Shoot. Wait a minute. I'm missing something here. Oh, wow. Where'd the house go? I took a picture of the friggin' house and it ain't there. My camera's been doing some crazy crap. Anyways, nuts. I'm already getting into this and having screwy things. Mind you, something happened this morning and oh yeah, the ghosts are friggin' haunting me, man. They want me to get back into the ghostly. That's right. I think I'm being called back to advocate for the dead. Because this morning I was laying in bed, I just woke up from some weird dream. So for some reason my dreams have been getting to where I can't even friggin' remember them. It's like, what the hell? But when I woke up and I was like, oh, I got a few minutes here. And all of a sudden I had this bang off the table we got in the living room that we use for, like say, movie night. Put some popcorn and drinks or whatever on it. It's not a coffee table, but it's one of my tables my father gave me for doing puzzles. It's a plastic one, the folding table, and I heard it go bang. I'm like, what the hell? First I thought my son was up, because sometimes he does sit up and get out there and, whatever, but he wasn't even up. It took him, and actually when I went to go wake him up for school, it took him like 5-10 minutes to get his butt out of bed. But anyways, this is the footage And, this guy's all about, I'm not a believer. I like to hear him say to this guy, you're a fake. But he didn't. So he showed him the little square camera that caught this footage, which was a simple security camera. Then he lets him go in his damn house, mind you. This guy is now in his house where I'm at, recording. And mind you, he's standing in the basement. Like I said, the basement now, with the other basement I went down to, and I forgot to mention this, because I saved the best for last. The basement in this one, like I said, almost looks identical. This is another basement and this is in Pennsylvania. And this resembles a friggin' dream I had badly. The only thing missing is a window to the right. And god damn it, where the hell? And I'm missing that. I took a video of, oh no, here it is. Here it is, look at that right there. I had a dream of that staircase. And like right over there, no, it would be to the left. If you were to come down the staircase and to the left, like right here. And about that sewer drain cover right there. Right behind that guy where that cabinet is. Right there, the cabinet. There was a window on that wall in my dream. That was the one where I seen friggin' two huge wolf-looking, I call skinwalkers staring at me through the window. So I've had dreams of skinwalkers since I was 15. Now, mind you, this house was built in the 30s, I believe. And one thing this guy I don't think did yet, or even told this guy do yet, and this guy hasn't done it yet either, is survey the land. What was on that land. All that's known that's in this house right now is that well. And he said all the houses through that neighborhood have, well water that they use, I guess. But this house particularly, supposedly, but it ain't nothing on record. A weird woman lived in that house, and I think with her husband, and supposedly chopped up kids and threw them in the well. And that's what he's telling them right now, because he told them when I bring it to the basement, I hope you don't try running away. But dark, demented secrets on this land also. And mind you, I friggin' took a picture of it and it ain't there. I took a picture of the house, but I'll try and get it up. It's a brick building, literally all brick. It's got the field stone basement wall foundation. But I don't know what it is, but for some reason them brick houses hold a lot of dark secrets. It ain't just one of them, it's all of them. Every brick house that I've encountered, especially this one in Fitchburg, that my wife says she feels something happened there. And it could have been a tenancy house or a tenant. What do they call that? I would say, I forget the name, but in lame terms, to make modern people understand it, I believe it would be in a house that house drifters that come into town and need a place for the night or whatever. Not like a hotel, not like a bed and breakfast, not like one of them taverns or whatever, but a tenement. I forget how to say it, but one of them houses. And with that being said, and then that being a brick huge building, I always get a dark, eerie feeling of brick buildings. And I think the case of the matter is maybe because brick would hold in the screams to not be heard. That's what I think. I don't know. Whatever brick is and why people do heinous crimes or whatever in them, there's always something you could look up with a brick building that something dark happened. So not only all this about the well, I say the land's got to be checked, but nothing was mentioned. Of course, this guy is an amateur with ghost hunting, of course, because he's a non-believer. I don't know if he becomes a believer in the end of this. I got to watch it, but yeah. This guy's parents. And this is the key to this whole disaster and why this house is so haunting. Because whoever did live in this house before his parents, or even way before that, on the land, which I'm going right along the lines, my people with Native American, Pennsylvania, oh yeah, cursed land. Father one day fell down the steps, broke his neck, died instantly. Could have been a pure magic imagination or even just a pure coincidence? Not. I had an experience. 249 Milk Street in Fitchburg, Mass. Wife bought that house. At the time we were having our difficulties. I was in and out of that house. But I did stay in it. I mean, I ended up going to jail after. So, yeah, it didn't help me any, and I didn't get to stay, permanently in it, because I had a real, like I said, everybody knows if you hear me talking, real bad alcohol problem. My wife wasn't having it, so we'll leave it at that. But one night, I was standing at the top of her stairs. I'm standing there and I get this feeling. Now back then, like I said, due to the blockage of the alcohol, believe it or not, I don't care what you believe, I just started getting this weird sensation. She was in the room with my firstborn son, Ryan. I guess she was changing a diaper, but I stood at the top of the stairs and I'm like, wow. And I just started getting this eerie feeling. And I said, why does it feel like someone's gotten pushed down these stairs? And I'm just like, what the fuck? She's like, what? What are you, crazy? You're gonna call me crazy. Like she always does when I show my ghost footage to her. She's the one who's crazy. Because she likes to flip-flop on ghosts. They're real, they're not real, they're real. Yeah, get real. Ha! But no sooner did I say that, no effing lie, I ended up, I had another place. I was living at my parents' house, and we got into an argument. I had to leave, got drunk, whatever. And no sooner did I say them words, and she was alone now, and I think she had a sister there or something, but she came down to visit and stay with her for a couple nights, but she said she was at the top of the stairs, and it might have been at least a week after I said this, she got pushed. She said, that son of a bitch in house. She started complaining one day. I fell down the stairs, and she literally said, I felt like someone pushed me. Believe. Whether or not I awoke in whatever was there, or it was there, I don't know, maybe wanting to try and push me, but the mind. I don't think spirits deal with evil minds, especially when they're evil. And boy, I can tell you, I've had some, real loud blowouts in that house with arguing, as I do still today, but as you can hear my voice, I had a blowout the other day because we had some difficulties in the household, so it's like, ah! But anyways, in all ends, could this man's father had been pushed? Something this guy never even, this guy here asked the older gentleman if it could have been the house, but they just ignored it. This guy didn't say, well, what if the ghost did it? Could it have been? They didn't get into details, and now this. the mother, died. Why? Up in the guest bedroom, I guess. Doing, I don't know, either making the bed, maybe cleaning. Perfect example. Died instantly with a heart attack. And she was just with the doctors the day before. This guy said it. And I'm sure it's true. Fit as a fiddle. There was nothing wrong with her. Bang. He did say maybe she saw something up there. But this guy here, the older gentleman, also now to this day gets foot. He said to the guy with doing a documentary, I wish I remember his name, but figure it out later. Did you hear how it sounded when we walked up his stairs? And he was like, no, I wasn't even paying attention to that. And that's the first thing you're supposed to pay attention to. Noises in the house when you're a ghost hunter. Because them noises could rightfully be done by the ghost itself, and so be it. Older gentleman said, well, let me show you. Went right back down the stairs, started walking up it, clunk, 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 wooden steps. And when you know, he stands right in front of his bedroom door where he sleeps, and he stares at it. Then he turns to the guy and he says, every night, almost every night, every other night, he gets activity. Something comes up them stairs, stands at my door, and he says he can feel the presence standing there. And another night, he had some friends come over, and then he's going to joke about, oh, if I would have told them this, they probably never come back. Well, he just did a documentary. People ain't probably going to come back, that's right. Said they heard walking up and down them same stairs all night, asking him what he's doing. The older gentleman, what were you doing up all night? He didn't tell him. I forgot what he said, because I wasn't really listening to that, because it was like, I guess I don't know, he said something about maybe getting up, going to the bathroom, I don't know. Maybe get a drink, something like that. I'd have to rewatch it, but he didn't tell him. Didn't want to scare him away. But all in all, now in this same basement, like I was saying, that guy, documentary, his wife, recording. He's recording everything, of course. That's what you do. And when you know there's something clunking upstairs over their head, this guy, older gentleman, is on vacation for 2 weeks. And there's another thing he said happened in that house, that he's got a little room. He's got a bass guy, a musical guy, I guess, likes to play instruments. He's got a computer set up. He must record stuff, put it on the, save it, maybe make music, diddle with that kind of stuff. He said all the lights were on in his house and he was on vacation. His neighbor was watching his house. Said he saw someone standing in the window. Called the police, called this guy. You at your house? No, I'm on vacation. And I guess he was like at the Bahamas or something, somewhere out there. And how the hell is this guy gonna come home, turn on all lights when he's out? Cops came, everything off. Nothing there, nobody there. End of story. So whatever is at this house, whether maybe his mother or father walking up them stairs, standing there knowing he was there. But he says the ghost must respect him. Because nothing happens in his bedroom. Nothing. He sleeps through the night. So far as you can see, whatever the hell that is, whether his parents now in spirit are fighting off what's in that house to leave him alone, because nothing's happened to him yet, and that's what I think. This guy just has some weird things. He had cabinet doors opening and shutting. Could have been his mother, could have been the previous owner, whatever. He's coming down thinking someone's in his house, no one's there. So this guy here, though, the documentary guy, is all about, as you can see with his shit-eating grin, as this stuff going over his head and upstairs. And he didn't run up, mind you, to see what it was. He just looks up with his wife, and then they start talking. Say, all right. So I don't know what's gonna come out of this documentary, though. I gotta watch and finish the watch of it, but rest of it, this here got me good. I don't care what anybody says. This footage right here, this is not my footage. This is the older gentleman's footage, John. And you see that frickin' thing just walk right on by. And that's what friggin' ghosts do. Play with stuff. Make you want to believe. So until the next video, be safe, take care. More to come on this. I don't know what else he has for footage, but I gotta watch it. Alright. Out.